Hey, what's up? John Sonmez from SimpleProgrammer.com. So I thought I'd just do a quick video. I had a question on one of my videos. I did this video on don't make excuses. Stop making excuses for yourself. Stop explaining yourself. Basically the same thing almost, right? And anyway, one of the comments was this question of what happens if you walk into a meeting 1 or 2 hours late? How do you explain, or what do you just not say anything? I thought that was great because that's a good example. So it's a good chance to really dig into this topic. So if you've seen the movie, what is it called? The Big Short. There's this scene where Stephen Carell's character, I think he's walking into an AA or something like that. Anyway, he just walks in late and just starts talking, and he's like, "Oh, excuse me," and he grabs his cell phone. That's the kind of now, obviously he was rude and not exactly like that, but that's what I'm talking about, right? When you just say, just don't make excuses, when you just take ownership and don't make a big deal of it. But if you make a big deal of it, other people are going to make a big deal of it. But if you don't make a big deal of it, less that people are going to make a big deal of it, right? Because they're just going to accept it, right? So you just accept it. You just show up and you just say, "Here I am, and this is it." You don't know an explanation, and you don't give an explanation. If you're doing this all the time, people, of course, are not going to like it, and they're not going to like you, and they're going to think you're a flake, and you deserve that. But think about it this way: what are you going to possibly say that what kind of excuse you're going to give for being late? That someone's going to say, "Oh yeah, that's great. That sounds all reasonable," and they're going to be happy. No, nothing you say, it's all going to come out as an excuse. So why even give it? Why even explain it at all? Just be there. And sometimes you're just going to have to take the crap for it, but it's a better way to live your life. And I'll give you another example that's a little bit, out of context, but take Jesus being questioned by Pilate, right? He could have come up with a lot of explanations for what he was doing, or offered explanations when he was asked for explanations, and he just pretty much remained silent. He was like, "If you want someone to ask the other people, don't ask me." He basically remained silent, and by doing so, he maintained a position of authority, of not succumbing, not bowing down, essentially, and in respect, at least in my mind, right? So ultimately he ended up on the cross after that, but let's ignore that point for this video. No, but it is actually a good point too, because sometimes you're going to suffer the consequences of that, but it's better to not be someone who explains themselves. So my answer is, if you show up an hour late or 2 hours late to a meeting, I can't imagine showing up that late to a meeting and the meeting's still going on, but if you do that, then you just act like it's not a big deal, and you just sit down. You don't say anything, you don't offer an explanation. If someone says, "Why are you late?" you say, I'm late. You don't offer an explanation even then, because whatever you tell them, whatever excuse you come up with, is going to be perceived as an excuse, and no one's going to like that. It's not going to matter. It's going to make you seem weaker. It's going to devalue your position. It's better to just take the strength of the position. They'll assume you have a good reason if you assume you have a good reason, and if you don't, then you deserve what you get. So anyway, I thought I'd just do a quick answer there, and hope you liked this video. If you do, subscribe to the channel. Talk to you next time. Take care. Oh yeah, by the way, how's that image stabilization using the rear camera 1080p on the iPhone 6? I'm thinking it looks smooth enough that I can walk around and do these videos and not have those complaints. I was using the front facing camera before. Alright, if you like the video, subscribe. Take care.